Welcome my subordinates to a new video. We're going to play today Crusader Kings 3, a game of dynasty, war, intrigue, diplomacy, stewardship, learning, and in the end coming out on top of anyone else. And let's get right into it. Welcome back, my dear peasants. We are not East Francia, the king of East Francia, nor Italy, nor the Byzantines or the Abbasids. Nor are we going to fight off the Viking raids in England, no. We are just a lowly count in West Francia, count in Lille. And just to make sure you know that I ain't cheating, Iron Man mode. And let's give it a go. So guys, as you can see, this is Count de Heer of House Tonnelier. I've created this character myself and modeled him after myself. He is gregarious, he's cynical, he's patient, he's an adequate bargainer, and he's intelligent. And with this guy and his kids and grandkids and so on and so forth, we shall make an empire the world has never seen before. But we start as a lonely count of Lille. And the first thing we're going to do is find a wife. As you can see, I have found myself a wife who is quick, which makes chances of having children who are intelligent or quick, or perhaps even genius, bigger. She also has a trait of calm and cynical. Cynical is the same trait as me, so that's going to be a relationship between us. One of the better things is also she isn't lowborn, so I'm not going to get any debuffs on prestige for marrying her. So all around, good find. Plus I get a little ally in it. And we're going to choose a lifestyle. We're going to go for family focus for the +2 diplomacy, which is going to be very beneficial for us, and the +20% fertility, because we do not have any relatives. So when our character dies, well, it's done. So that's why we best go for the extra fertility, and we're going to go to family hierarchy, so that our children get buffs on their skills, and our family has a better opinion of us. Most people say that the diplomacy tree is the most weak of the trees, but if you know how to use it, it can be pretty good. I don't think I will be successful with this character because he's just a count, but if I just can expand a bit, we'll have a good start. And let's unpause the game. First thing that we're going to do is save up a bit of money to get some farms and fields which give us more income. Which is going to be very beneficial for us. And I got an invitation, and the invitation is gone. Well, that's a bummer. And now me and my wife are officially married, which is great. And I can become the steward of Flanders, and becoming a steward is super beneficial because you'll see my gold income just increased by 1. So you can see here the council of my liege. As a steward I get +1 extra tax, plus 10% domain taxes, minus 10% in construction of buildings, and 10% in stewardship lifestyle, which is absolutely mental. Because now farms and fields only cost 135. Because how this game works, you spend money to make more money, which means you can buy more men-at-arms, which means you will be a stronger in general. And our first little expedition we will make is going to be the county of Guin. I'm going to try and conquer them, or apparently they have a decent amount of allies, which I do not like. We're going to go first for Boulogne. Let's also try and romance our wife. The time has come to let my feelings to our Countess Sifflet be known. I want her to remember this day for the rest of her life. Go with our good moment, the moment of truth. As my sunshine and I walk through the little gardens, I gesture at the greenery around us. For all their beauty, there isn't a single flower which rivals your own, milady. There is one, she says, with a mischievous smile, a rare orchid, from Samanit, which is nearly impossible to cultivate. The monastery ruin in Lille is the only place where it thrives in these regions. Well, we're just going to use our diplomacy here because, well, I don't want to waste money, and I am not the strongest kid around the block, so I'm good with words, so we'll keep it just with words. In the meantime, we're going to start to fabricate a claim on the county of Bologna, which is going to be very beneficial to us. Oh, great! My wife is pregnant, so we have for sure an heir. And so when our character dies, we shall play as him or her. And we're going to raise the kid as best as we can. Every time I close my eyes, I see Countess Sifliet's face. Sleep will not come, I cannot wait another moment. Cloaked in shadows, I make my way to the garden outside her living quarters. The sight of Sifliet's chamber window makes my heart stutter. So close and yet so far. But wait, who is that climbing up the tower? The shady figure stops by Sifliet's window and unlatches the shutters. My darling, I must save her. And I will never let you get in harm's way ever again. Ah, isn't it beautiful? We found a soulmate. And guess also an advantage because she likes me more, so she isn't going to kill me. Because she has a sadistic trait, which means there's a higher probability of them murdering someone. Also, because we're soulmates and lovers, it means also that the chances of getting children will be higher, so our family will spread more and bigger. Also, I invited a few knights because they will be very useful, because my knights are not that good and I do not have money to ask them to stay at the moment. But knights are very important. It looks weird because they're only one person, but those people can sometimes kill an entire army because they're just so strong. And I've got a beautiful daughter. Going to name her Little Sarah. And we will raise her as the best of our capabilities. In the meanwhile, we're fabricating our claim and we're almost done with it. Once we're done with it, we can declare war on him. So let's just wait for that a bit. Great. Costs 87 money, but now I have a certified claim on the county of Bologna. But the best thing I can do is perhaps increasing my man-at-arms with some archers. And once I have got a bit of archers, I think we'll be fine. Okay, as you can see, our bowmen are fairly replenished, so let's go to war with this guy. I also can call my ally into war, but it costs too much prestige and it's not worth it. I will probably win this war either way. So let's raise all my men. And because we have got better men at arms and a better commander, we shall win. As you can see, it's Battle of Bologna. We're at the early phase of the battle. And we have won. And we've captured a valuable hostage. It's his son-in-law. And my steward is injured. And he is severely injured, so he's probably going to die. And I have won. And I've got a son. My son-in-law. Let's call you Frederick. Meanwhile, we're going to cheese the game. And although we will have won for sure because we captured his only holding, we are going to ransom him to get 50 extra gold. And then, if I'm allowed to ransom his daughter. I'm going to ransom his son. I don't care about that guy, so I'm going to release him and still have won the war. So I made even money on the war. Now I've got 2 counties and we'll immediately increase the county control. Meanwhile, we're going to try to consolidate our power and then eventually take the Duchy of Flanders. Francia just gobbled up Lotharingia. Not too shabby, that's great for them. Okay, as you guys can see, I can declare war on this guy for the county of Guin. It's his only county he has. But the thing is, he has 2 strong allies. But the thing is, his allies are very far away. So if I can be quick enough, destroy his armies immediately, and then conquer his city, I could potentially win the war before his allies arrive. The thing is, I've got to be quick about this, so we're going to do a little blitzkrieg. Just going to put more bowmen, and once I've got more bowmen, I will start the war. And now I want a bit of reserve money, so I'm not in debt when I start this war. Okay, let's start the war. So now we've got to be quick. It's better to raise them here because you're immediately next to his holding. And we're going to immediately win the battle. And now we've got to hope that his allies won't arrive in time. It's going to take 11 months. Perhaps if I can capture him? No. Come on, come on, come on. And I won. Woo! That was stressful. I'm going to ransom his son to him. And now we're going to enforce our demands. And we've got 3 holdings, which is very important that you maximize always your direct holdings, because that means the holdings you have directly under you, and you can gain all the taxes and all the men of it, because you can also have men through your vessels. Okay, as you guys can see, this is the Duchy of Flanders, and he has control over more land than me, but I make more money than him, and I have more units than him. It's just because, simple fact, that I control more directly land, which is very important that you maximize your domain size at all times, because he has more land, but he gains his stuff through me, which is a vessel, and as you can see at the contract, I only give him, of those 3 counties, I only give him 0.4 gold and 99 men. And when I revolt against him, which I will do and consume the Duchy of Flanders, well, there's not much he can do against it, because I will be stronger than him. My only disadvantage is that he has 3 allies. This ally is getting pummeled at the moment. This ally, which is decently strong for a start of the game. And this ally. So he's got decent allies who are not too far away from him. But I've got one trick up on my sleeve. He's 45. I'm 35. He's going to die faster than me. And I have got second son called Robert. I'm going to immediately educate you. My wife and I can't educate more people because, well, you can only maximum educate 2, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to let my steward a knight educate my second son. There's one thing about having multiple heirs. You've got your primary heir, which will get your primary title, but because these are all at the same level, these counties will be always split amongst my kids, because how your succession works, which is comfort partition, which means that all your titles will be split evenly among your children. So simply said, when I die, my realm will be split amongst my 2 sons, and I won't have control, not even indirectly through vassal, because simply said, I'm not a duke, and a county can't have might over a county, and that's why I want the Duchy of Flanders, so I can have indirectly control still over my land. And I've got another son, so now all my titles will be split amongst all my children. This is great. This is just amazing. And most people, when they have multiple children and they notice that their realm was split amongst them, they mostly just kill their other children and leave the best one alive so the realm stays stable, but I'm not going to do that. And my child is impatient, which is great. And my daughter is of age. She is patient, compassionate and calm. And an intricate web weaver, which is kind of in contrast with being compassionate, but still, it's not to worry. And well, I'm just going to search for a decent match for my daughter to marry. I'm going to matrilineal, so it will still be of my name. I'm going to marry someone who is vacant, so they will have a lot of children probably, so my names of Tolnir will be spread, and when I get an extra title, I will give it to her son, if she'll have a son, which will probably be the case, although she's lesbian. She'll still have kids, because It's medieval society, it's kind of mandatory, you will be looked down upon by society and it will not be great. In the meantime, I'm also building some barracks so I can get some extra heavy infantry damage and spearman damage, mostly at the moment. The 125 levies will be very useful for me. And my son has grown up, so he's of marrying age, but whom will he marry? She's just a bit too old to marry him to her. Plus she doesn't have the best traits, because I know it's a game, but I like to play it like I want my children to have a decently married life. So she's perhaps 11 years older, but just pretty, which is a good congenital trait. Intelligence is better, of course, because it buffs everything. This only buffs fertility and diplomacy, interaction opinion, but this is just better in general. But not much of a choice I have. I will marry him to her, and it will cost a bit of prestige, but only 100, so it doesn't matter too much. In the meantime, I'm still hoping this guy bites the dust, so I can expand. I'm going to conquer some other realms like Eno to expand my power, which will be advantageous for me. I got smallpox. You are taking a piss game. Neither of them have any good learning. Both of them fail to impress me. I'm going to die! At 44 of age. I have died. And I lost both of my realms. The only character who died from smallpox is my character. Oh, you're taking a piss, lads. You're taking a bloody piss. Okay, I got an alliance with my brother at least, and we're going to... Sorry brother, but I kinda need it. And I can conquer Eno. Which I will... Wait, what? Lotharingia is back? The King of France died? God damn it, and now Lotharingia is back. I can't capture that anymore. Well, let's just conquer Kingdom. I'm sorry, my little brother. Can't I? I'm going to invite you to court. It was necessary. I am sorry, but it was necessary. Lovely! My wife is pregnant. Although I haven't started romancing her, and I've got 100%. Nice. Gregarious likes Gregarious plus 90. Opinion of you plus 50. Speak Anglic plus 5. This is great. Just go with my gut for a moment. Just like my father did. Okay, cool. I've got a son and heir. Call you Gerard. And he isn't intelligent, unfortunately, but he is handsome. So if I am able to, I will send him the diplomacy. Going to hope that I will be able to send into the diplomacy lifestyle, because that will be very advantageous because it has standard plus 2. And also plus 20% fertility, which is good, and attraction opinion is also pretty good. So yes. Meantime, my liege is in war for the claim on E, which could be beneficial for me. In the meantime, I'm hoping that my liege is going to die in the near future, because that would be advantageous for me. Because Flanders will have a larger realm when I claim my liege's title. Welcome back, my dear peasants. As you can see, my liege just died, and his son, or his grandson in this case, inherited the Duchy of Flanders, but he only inherited Bruges, the only county, so it means that he's super weak. So I will make use of that, and I will conquer the Duchy of Bruges. And I've got another son. I'm getting a lot of children. My wife is 11 years older than me, and I'm not gonna lie, we are having a bookload of children in my humble opinion. Yep. That was kinda close, a bit too close for my liking. And I won, and I captured himself, the Duke. And now, Bruges will be the capital of my realm. And luckily he was building some crop fields, which is great. And even at the age of 42, we are still having kids. That's pretty neat. In the meanwhile, I'm going to try and raise my prestige to 1500, because if I have 1500, I can claim my liege's title and become the Duke of Flanders, which is a great stepping stone to becoming the King of Francia, or making my own kingdom and destroying the old one. And now we're going to grind prestige with feasts and hunts. And I can start on my dynasty legacies. And we're going to go... Normally, I choose blood or kin, because those are in my opinion the best ones, because I'm mostly, when I play this game, family centric, but I'm going to go for noble veins so that my traits, like intelligent or handsome, have a bigger chance of getting to the next generation, which is very helpful. Welcome back, guys. So my character has 25 stewardship and his might is touched. He taught his son, who was bossy, so it means this gets buffed, and then he gets indulgent wastrel, which is the worst one you can get. Well, that is very unfortunate. Let's just find you a decent wife, alright. Genius! Anglo-Saxon, genius, patient, generous, ambitious, you will marry her. And I have more than 1500 prestige, so I can finally claim my liege's title and I can go to war for the Duchy of Flanders. And how does he have so many... Where does he get all those strong troops from? And I have one little trick up my sleeve, so I'm going to declare war for Duchy of Flanders to raise all my men. And first I'm going to separate him from his allies so I can fight them separately, and I have won the war. And I have captured his son, so I can ransom his son to him for 72 gold, and I still won the war. And even if I didn't have the troop counts or anything, I had one trick up on my sleeve, and those were mercenaries. Because I make a buckload of gold, I could have just hired a good amount of them. Now, I've got what I wanted. Okay, meanwhile, the realm of West Francia is in a civil war. I am just going to try and expand my influence and power. And why do you have so many allies? It's not fun. I got tired. What is it with my characters getting severely sick? This guy got typhus. My father had smallpox. What's going to my child is going to have the fucking plague or something. Or no, he's going to have cancer, I guess. It's going to be cancer, what my son has. And I have won the war, and I have expanded to Amiens. And in the meantime, we're going to make a faction called the Dissolution faction. And factions are to start civil wars against your king, or he can oblige to the faction and do what is demanded. And Dissolution faction is simply West Francia will be gone. The Empire will be gone. That means that I will be able to expand more easily and get what I want out of it. Okay, see it done, and I will start another war for my claim. And I've got a lot of domain sites, so I am going to expand when I can. And as long as my liege doesn't have too high of a crown authority, I will be able to keep on expanding within his realm. Well, look on who I have a hook on now. And I will use that to make my feudal contract a bit better. In the meantime, I am also going to claim the throne of my liege, and I've got 90% possibility. That's great, and his primary heir is a child, so that's even better, as long as I can live long enough. My character's infirm, and everything goes down the drain. I am going to die. This is great. This is the best thing that could happen. No! One of my children died. He was leading the attack on Rouen, and he died. No, my dear boy. Now you shall feel my wrath. Our king has died. This is great news. He's losing a war against the Danelaw. And of course my character dies again. At the age of 55. My characters aren't getting old apparently. This guy isn't as good in stewardship. And he has a sickly son, that's not good. That is not good. I can get a free county, the country for Mendois. Which will be advantageous for me. I will reduce my feudal taxes to my brother, but it's better to get one county in contrary to it. And I can declare war for this. And why does he have so many allies? And he's 51, he's not going to last that long. And my son isn't sickly anymore. This is great news. Finally, after years, I have the claim on the kingdom of West Francia. I will come and take my rightful place of the pie. I'm going to leave this faction. I'm going to claim a faction for myself in the kingdom of West Francia. I don't think anyone's going to join me, but I don't need them, because I only have a quarter of the units of my king, but I have a big lot of money more. And he is already in a war and losing. So let's take my... Will you kindly not siege my capital, Lotharingia? We've got a common enemy. Then war it is. And now they stopped also sieging my county because they have no use for it, because I'm at war with the same person. Now we're going to close in, and my wife healed from typhus. Which is great. Meanwhile, they are battering the French armies down. But I am going to hire some mercenaries. So I'm going to connect you all together, and we're going to kill these French. Goodbye, Frenchies. You shall perish. Why is my son a leper? My son and heir has become a leper. You're taking a piss. Grown him to be such a good heir. A renowned physician. Okay, drastic measures. Successful treatment. But he is one-legged. It was not as successful as I thought it would be. And I conquered the capital, and now we're going to meet the French in battle again. And we're over halfway done. I'm going to try and hunt the king down. And I won. I captured the king. And with one click of a button, I will become the king of West Francia. And I am king. Like I set out that I would be one. Let them see their new king. Put immediately the Tonleer House banner on. And now I've got a lot of counties to give away, so give me a minute. Okay, so now I have split a bit the titles amongst my fellas. And I captured the Queen of Francia. I will negotiate her release. I will just release you. No use for you in prison. Meanwhile, I will ransom some characters from prison. I've got to fix my realm mate. Okay, I'll accept, but still. Also, the King of Aquitaine must be like, well, I just lost the war and lost the kingdom title of France, and now I'm fighting with him in a war. Well, yes. Thing is, I like to give all my land to family, so we're all from the same dynasty, and that helps with the dynasty legacy of kin, because your family members will like you more, so they will be less likely to revolt. Can still happen though, it's not a guarantee, but it is a positive about it. And my son is 16, but he's still a leper, he's one-legged, and he's still wounded. This is, well, with a bit of luck he will have a child before he dies, but he's fine? Well, I'm not going to let him reach stress level 3, because that's going to be a huge penalty that I will not trigger. I will make him just profligate. I got money enough, so minus 10%. It's I will feel the hit, but it isn't the worst thing. And now I'm only stress level 1. That's how you sometimes do it. Are you taking a piss, mate? All these languages. Since when did you learn High German and Anglic? Forget the Anglic language, I don't mind, but now I'm stress level 2 again. This is not what I wanted to happen. And I've got a little cat. Let's call him Cut. Gotcha. That's a beautiful name. There's no need for dedication. For sure not to my wife, because she cheated on me when we just got married. Zhang sword, I don't need the Zhang sword thing. And because I'm profligate, I guess I have a new sword then. And she won't accept the vassalage. But if I give her a bit of money, 100 money, you will become my vassal. Thank you, that's an extra vassal. Guys, I will let you in a little secret. Being Catholic has its ups and downs, but the best up you have is you can ask the head of gold for money, and he will just give you a buckload of money, 486. That's a lot of money, to be honest. And I can immediately put it back into my realm, like Calais, pastoral lands upgrade, Marle, logging camps, Amiens. We're going to make some barracks. And I can do it everywhere, but I don't want to waste all my money, because money can be useful to deter factions, because I don't want any factions to rise against me. And for sure, when I die, my child will have to, well, deal with all those factions. And how is he still a leper? He's not going to get any children, will he? Probably not. That's not too shabby. Oh! Oh, this changes everything. Frisia is independent. So I can get a few of the provinces of them, because they are the strongest Aquitaine, so I don't need to start a big war for just one small county. And my son has died, and I am stress level 3, and I can get a confider. Great. So my son died, so this one will become my heir, and will be married to someone who's a genius, which will be very advantageous. And I've got another county that I can get into my realm without fighting a war, and I've got another vessel. And actually I want to conquer in here just for the simple fact to have the most Dutch counties, which means that I will be the culture head, and I can choose whatever we research, and that will be very important. And I will kill you both, and I won. Thank you. And I am the new culture head, so now I can choose what we research. And we're going for manorialism, because economic buildings are very advantageous to have. And the best part of all is, I am the strongest of all my neighbors. You can see Lotharingia, 3,700 unit count. Aquitaine, 1,758. Brittany, which I can barely call even a kingdom. Got England over the English Channel, also not too many troops, and you've got Burgundy here. The only actual rival I have close to me is East Francia. They do have a decent amount of units, but they do not border me immediately, so I have that advantage going for me. Plus, I assume I make more money than them. I do. Let's get the Dutch under the fold of Francia, which is ruled by a Dutch person, so they should be happy, to be honest. And my cat gave me just 2 gold, which is pretty damn nice. Extra vessel contribution for my money, and I won this war. Let's start a civil war on decent means. And this is great. I imprisoned some people to get their land, and it was rightfully imprisonment because they were criminals, so I don't get any debuffs, and then I can redistribute. I am having problems speaking, And I can redistribute the lands amongst my family and my children, which is amazing. Meantime, I'm going to conquer Nederstricht, fix our supply issue, let's win this battle, we'll channel the count in and get money, and I won the war. That's how sometimes all the things can go at once in this game. You can also put just the time slower, but I have played this game so much that I know the timings approximately. And I've got a war. Northman army. We'll banish these invaders as we've always done. They'll land on Bruges, like always. No, 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 no! Why are you raising here troops? Okay, they're running away. And run away, you plebs. Let's banish these northern raiders. Got an amazing commander. I've got men-at-arms while they don't. And I've decimated them. Thuringia just ate Burgundy. And now they are just one long sliver, like a little snake. Trying to snake completely from the North Sea to the Mediterranean. Well, that looks cursed. But not as cursed as Eastern Europe. Like most of the games, Eastern Europe is kinda cursed in my humble opinion. Well, this is kind of awkward. Well, it was to be expected. I let it happen because civil war will give me an advantageous position. I would rather not have civil wars at all, but sometimes you have to, and well, I'm going to destroy these French peasants and nobles. The best part is you gotta make use of your start because all their units are divided. The strongest man is this one, but I'm going to first destroy all those peasants because they can't get their armies back, those peasants. So I'm just going to put all my units here. Raise all men. Destroy these little guys. And I've already won the war because he was the leader of the faction. And now they're all in my prison. And I've got another war declared. And you will leave my realm once and for all. Spend all men. And now we are going to strip them of their titles. So now I've got 18 holdings, which will be divided amongst my family. And I have a second civil war, and they are as strong as me, but that does not matter because I will win either way. I am going to raise all my troops here. I want to weaken their armies. They're evading me. I don't like getting evaded. Okay, I can catch up to him, finally. Now I'm going immediately go north. It's going to be a bit of a march. Now I just gotta be on time to stop them. Their siege. Now I'm going to stop them. And I have battered their armies greatly. Now I will save Marle. Now I will turn them back to my place. They wanted a war, they can have their war. And I won the civil war. And that's how easy it can go, if you know how to do it approximately. And it was just a liberty war. I can just dissolve a liberty faction by lowering my crown authority. That's super easy. But I did not. And I've got more titles to revoke. Revoke, 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 revoke. Now ransom you all. Now I will just release you because I am kind like that. You start a civil war, take some titles, but I will release you from your prison. You have wronged me, but I will turn the other cheek. And so, my vassals, my subordinates, my friends, King Gerard has died. He was the Duke of Flanders and has grown into the mighty King of France. He has ruled the lands for 45 years, and unlike his ancestors, he did not die a death of disease when he was still in his 40s or 50s. He was a man known through all of Europe and beyond. And he was a man who fought many wars. And now his son, King Robert, ascends the throne. Being both thrifty and frugal, the realm will surely prosper under his rule. The money his father left him, stability will be ensured. Now it is his time to decide to do with the realm. And that will be in the next part, because I'm making probably a two-parter. And next one will be making an empire. I hope you enjoyed this video of Crusader Kings 3. Next time we'll go on with King Robert of France. And he will make an empire. Or at least one of his children or grandchildren will. His blood will, for sure. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment if you want, sub if you want, would be appreciated. I know it's a totally different kind of video game this, but I really enjoy it and I hope you guys enjoy it too. So, see you next time. Cheers.